Hey everybody, and Happy New Year. I'm Pastor Michael at Ascension Lutheran Church in Torrance, California. It's time for another Midweek Boost, and it's the first Midweek Boost of this new year, 2021. And I know a lot of us are happy to see this new year come. 2020 was a hard year for a lot of people. I know it was hard for me and for my family. But a new year has come. And God still rules and reigns. And that's the theme that I want to see run throughout all of what we talk about and all my sermons and all of the Bible studies that come up this year, is the idea that not only does God rule and reign through Jesus Christ, but that we should have an optimistic outlook to the world and to our future precisely because of that. Oftentimes when we think of, the end of the world, it's we think very negatively, scary catastrophes, and no doubt this world will come to an end. But as Christians who understand that God's only bringing this world to an end to usher in a new heavens and a new earth that will be freed from sin and death, that shouldn't be a scary thing to us. So we know that ultimately what so many people are afraid of is really something to look forward to. And in the meantime, because that may be 100 years away. It may be 10,000 years away. We don't know. But in the meantime, we ought to have a very optimistic approach to the world, knowing that Jesus is in charge, that the kingdom of heaven is here, and that as we live and operate in his kingdom, meaning live and operate under his rule and reign, trusting that he works all things out to the good for those that love him, then we need not be concerned about anything. And that we ought to know that whatever happens, God is going to turn it to our good. We shouldn't have a negative, fearful attitude concerning anything. And there are so many voices in this world that want to turn your attitude into fear so that they can win you over for whatever reason, so that they can win you over for their desire for power or their desire for money. People manipulate our emotions. And it happens on either side of the political spectrum. I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody. This is what the world does. They take advantage of our fears. And as Christians who understand that we live in the kingdom of God under the rule and reign of Jesus Christ, we ought not be led by our fears, but have an optimistic outlook on the future and know that God works all things together for my good, that he is in charge of all of those things that I cannot control. I want 2021 to be that way for you, that you would know that God is in control through the lordship of Jesus Christ, who rules and reigns right now over his kingdom, which we are a part of, which we are kings and queens and co-heirs with him in. And that we know that our future is wonderful. And that right now, whatever trials or tribulations we may have to go through, including this crazy pandemic, God is at work presently turning it to your ultimate good. Let's start 2021 with this kind of optimistic view of the future and the optimistic view of the present under the Lordship of Christ. Have a great 2021 and have a good night.